Arya lived in a small town. She came from a simple middle-class family. She always had a smile on her face. She was always ready to help everyone. Neighbors, friends, relatives, and teachers all used to say, girls like Arya are very rare. Since childhood, she was taught one thing: good people never say no to anyone. She made this rule her life. If someone needed notes, she gave them her notes. If someone needed money and she had some savings, she gave it. If someone needed her time, she left her own work and helped them. She believed that other people's happiness was her biggest success. But slowly, something strange started happening. Whenever someone needed help, everyone remembered Arya. But when Arya needed help, people would say, "I am busy right now, we will talk later." At first, she thought it was a coincidence. Then she thought, maybe I expected too much. And slowly she convinced herself, it's okay, good people don't complain. Time passed. One day, her mother asked her, "Daughter, you are always running for others. When will you live for yourself?" Arya smiled and said, "Mom, if everyone is happy, I am also happy." Her mother sighed deeply. She felt that one day life itself would answer her. Arya's habit made her everyone's favorite, but slowly she was losing her own identity. She was less Arya and more always available girl. She could not say no. She was afraid someone might get angry. She felt that if she refused someone, people would think badly of her. She did not know that a person who tries to make everyone happy often ends up the most alone. This was the beginning of her story. It was the first year of college. Arya had a best friend named Neha. Both of them were always together. They shared studies, projects, and dreams. One day, a national-level competition was announced in college. Arya worked many nights without sleep to prepare a great project. She shared all her ideas, notes, and plans with Neha because she fully trusted her and believed friendship had no betrayal. The day of the competition arrived. When the results were announced, the whole hall was filled with applause. The winner was Neha. Arya smiled. She thought maybe both of them would be called, but only Neha went on stage. She presented the entire project as her own. Arya stood frozen. Tears came into her eyes, but she could not speak. It felt like someone had taken away her trust. That evening, she asked Neha, "Why did you do this?" Neha replied without hesitation, "Opportunities don't come again in life. And anyway, you never say no." These words hit Arya like a sharp arrow. That night, Arya could not sleep. She kept thinking, is my kindness my biggest mistake? The next day, she was sitting alone in the college library. An old librarian noticed her sadness. He said softly, "Daughter, trusting people is not wrong. But giving your heart to everyone without thinking is not wisdom. A person who believes every smile is true is the one who gets hurt first." These words went deep into Arya's heart. That day, she wrote her first rule in her diary. Rule 1. Do not trust everyone immediately. Trust must be earned, not demanded. She still had a lot to learn. She had to understand the value of self-respect. And she had to become a woman who is not only strong, but also wise, balanced, and firm in her decisions. But her journey had only just begun. The first betrayal gave Arya a lesson she could never forget. But life still had many deeper lessons waiting for her. For a few days, Arya became very quiet. She still smiled like before, but her smile had lost its shine. One question kept coming into her mind again and again. Is being a good person my biggest mistake? In college, people still asked her for help like before. "Arya, please do my assignment." "Arya, make notes for me too." "Arya, give my presentation today." Her lips were about to say yes like before, but then she remembered her first rule. Trust must be earned, not demanded. She thought for a moment. Then she politely said, "Sorry, this time I need to finish my own work first." As soon as she said this, their expressions changed. "Wow, you have changed. You are not like before. You got success and became proud." These words hurt her deeply. She felt like she had done something wrong. That night, she opened her diary again. She wrote, "Is it really my duty to make everyone happy?" The next day, she went to the market with her mother. There she saw something important. A shopkeeper treated every customer differently. If a customer spoke with respect, He also replied with respect. But if someone behaved rudely, he calmly set clear limits. On the way home, her mother said, "Daughter, if a person does not value himself, the world will not value him either." These words went deep into Arya's heart. In the next few weeks, she made a small change. Before helping anyone, she asked herself, "Am I helping because I am happy, or just to avoid making someone angry?" If the answer was the second one, she politely said, "Sorry, I can't do this time." Slowly, she noticed that some people started moving away from her. At first, she felt sad, but then she understood something important. The people who only used her kindness were the ones who left. The people who truly cared about her stayed with her. That day, she wrote her second rule in her diary. No relationship can survive if you lose your self-respect. A relationship without respect cannot last, even if you force it. That night, after a long time, Arya slept peacefully. But life's hardest lesson was still waiting, learning to control her emotions. After a few months, Arya had become more self-respecting, but inside she still had anger, sadness, and memories of betrayal. Whenever she saw Neha, her heart started beating fast. Sometimes she felt angry, sometimes sad, sometimes disappointed in herself. One day, she was sitting alone in a small garden behind the college. An old teacher often came there in the evening to read books. He noticed Arya's worried face and sat beside her. He asked softly, "Daughter, what happened?" For the first time, Arya cried in front of someone. She told him everything about her betrayal. The teacher listened quietly. After some time, he smiled and said, "The pain others gave you is not as big as the pain you give yourself by remembering it again and again." Arya became silent. Then the teacher took a glass of water and asked, "If I hold this for 1 minute, what will happen?" Arya said, "Nothing." He asked again, "If I hold it for 1 hour, my hand will start hurting. And if I hold it for the whole day, my hand will become numb." The teacher smiled and said, "The glass is the same, but the longer you hold it, the heavier it feels. In the same way, pain becomes heavier when you keep holding it in your mind." These words opened Arya's eyes. From that day, she started changing her life. She woke up early. She wrote in her diary. She read books daily. She practiced meditation. She worked on her goals every day. Slowly, confidence returned to her face. Now when someone hurt her, she did not react immediately. She first thought, then decided. People said, "Arya is not as emotional as before." She smiled and said, "I am still emotional, but my emotions no longer control my decisions." That night, she wrote her third rule. Emotions are not weakness, but if emotions control your decisions, they become your biggest weakness. Now Arya had 3 rules. Do not trust everyone immediately. Never lose self-respect. Control your emotions. But her biggest transformation was still ahead. She no longer just wanted to survive. She wanted to build her dream life. And this was the beginning of her journey to become a mastermind woman. Time waits for no one. Slowly, the final year of college arrived. Now, Arya was not the same girl anymore. Her smile was still the same, but her thinking had completely changed. Instead of trying to make everyone happy, she was now searching for the purpose of her life. One evening, she was turning the pages of her diary. Her first 3 rules were written there. Do not trust everyone immediately. Never lose your self-respect. Learn to control your emotions. Arya took a deep breath and said to herself, "If I truly want freedom, I must stop depending on anyone else." That same day, she made the biggest decision of her life. She started a small online job along with her studies. It was not easy. College in the day, work in the evening, study at night. Many times, she felt so tired that she could barely keep her eyes open. But every morning, she reminded herself, "My hard work today will give me the freedom that no one else can give me." After a few months, her first salary came into her bank account. The amount was not big, but that day, she felt like she had achieved a certificate of self-confidence. She bought a beautiful sari for her mother. Her mother had tears of happiness in her eyes. She kissed Arya on her forehead and said, "Daughter, today you have not only earned money, you have earned self-confidence." That day, Arya wrote her 4th rule in her diary. Rule 4. Financial and mental independence is the greatest security. Now Arya had become much calmer. She spoke less, but listened carefully to everything. She gave time before allowing new people into her life. She started observing people's behavior more than their words. One day, a girl from college came to her and asked, "Dee, everyone says you were very different before. How are you so calm now?" Arya smiled and said, "Because I have learned that not every fight needs words. Some answers come only with time and success." That day, she wrote her fifth rule. Rule 5. Speak less, observe more. A person's real character is shown by actions, not words. Now she had 5 rules, and these 5 rules became her new identity. A few years passed. The same Arya, who once lived only to make others happy, had now become a successful professional. She was financially independent. She was mentally strong, and most importantly, she no longer needed anyone's approval. One day, she was invited to her old college as the chief guest. The hall was filled with hundreds of students. Arya walked onto the stage. The entire hall filled with loud applause. Suddenly, she saw a familiar face in the audience. It was Neha. Time had changed both of their lives. After the event, Neha slowly came to her. For a few seconds, both remained silent. Then Neha said softly, "Arya, please forgive me. That day, I didn't just steal your project. I broke your trust too." Arya stayed quiet for a moment. Then she smiled gently and said, "I forgave you long ago. Because if I had held on to hatred, I would never have moved forward in life." Neha's eyes filled with tears. That day, Arya understood something very important. Forgiving someone is not a favor to them. It is freedom for yourself. Back on the stage, she spoke to the students. "Life taught me 5 things. Do not trust everyone immediately. Never lose your self-respect. Control your emotions. Don't let them control your decisions. Be financially and mentally independent. Speak less and observe more, because actions tell the truth." The whole hall started clapping loudly. Arya raised the microphone one last time and said, "Do not try to change the world first. Change yourself. When your thinking changes, your life changes." A silence filled the hall. Then she smiled and said her final words. "Before becoming a strong woman, become a mastermind woman." Real strength is not in loud voices, but in making the right decisions at the right time, setting boundaries, protecting your self-respect, and staying calm in every situation. Arya stepped down from the stage. Outside, the same sun was shining, but today, its light felt different, because the world had not changed. Arya had changed. And when a person changes from within, their whole world changes. Be kind, but set your boundaries. Trust people, but use wisdom. Respect your emotions, but do not let them control your decisions. Self-respect, independence, and right thinking are the real strengths of life. Remember, becoming wise is even more important than becoming strong. If you like my video, please like and comment, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.